Hey family, and welcome back to Meet My Brown's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making some blueberry yogurt parfaits. Okay, to get started, we're going to go ahead and make our own homemade granola. Okay, so if you're interested in learning how to make your own homemade parfaits, stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. So to make the granola, you're going to need some organic coconut oil. You're going to need some maple syrup, some salt, and some cinnamon. Okay, so in a big mixing bowl, I'm going to mix all of these ingredients. Okay, now once I get the granola completely, or the oats completely covered in this maple syrup and coconut oil, then we'll stick it in the oven for about 20 minutes to get it nice and crisp. Okay, and then we'll start making our parfaits. Okay, so let me get a big mixing bowl and we'll get these ingredients mixed together. Okay, so I have my coconut oil and I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in the oven for a few minutes to get it melted down. So in this bowl, I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of some of this coconut oil. Okay, it's 2 tablespoons. We'll add 1/3. Okay, a little bit more than that. Okay. And then we'll get this into the oven and get it melted down. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start combining our ingredients for our granola. So here I have about 2 cups of old-fashioned oats. I have that coconut oil that I just got out of the oven, nice and melted. It's about 1/4 cup. I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in. We'll go ahead and mix that up real nice like. Okay. Nice, very nice. Okay. And I have some salt. You gotta have the salt because the salt enhances the flavors. So you definitely have to add a little salt. And then we have some cinnamon. So we're gonna add some nice cinnamon. And about 1/4 cup of the maple syrup. Okay. So I'm gonna get this all mixed up and we'll get it into our oven safe pan and into the oven for about 20 minutes. So give me a few minutes, I'll get this all mixed up and I'll come back. Okay, so I have my granola nice and combined. Now make sure that you get that mixture, that coconut oil and that maple syrup and that salt and that cinnamon completely mixed into those oats. Okay, so we want total coverage so that they can get all of those good flavors from that coconut oil and that maple syrup, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and pour this into this baking pan. Now I have my oven set at about 350. Now I'm gonna let it go for about 20 minutes. Now what I might do at about 15 minutes is to check it, maybe even stir it around. Make sure that it's nice and golden and crispy like I would like it to be. And we'll pop it back into the oven to finish it off, okay? All right, that looks and smells lovely. Okay, so I'm gonna get this into the oven and I'll come back when it's nice and golden brown. Okay, I just took my granola out of the oven and it's perfect. It stayed in the oven for a total of 25 minutes. I checked it at 20 minutes. I stirred it around. It was perfect. I put it back in the oven just to make sure that it was perfectly toasted all the way through. And honey, I tasted this granola. All of that beautiful maple syrup and that coconut oil and that cinnamon And that little salt we added has a perfect glaze throughout these oats, and it's nice and crispy. A perfect granola. Now, if you want to add, if you want to get into the habit of making your own granola, you can add nuts to this at this point. You can add seeds. You can just get creative as you'd like as far as, maybe some raisins or any, things like that. But I would add them once you've gotten the granola cooked and roasted to the point where you're, satisfied with it. Then add those things that you would like to add to a nice granola, homemade granola. Now I'm going to give it some time to cool off because it's really hot right now. I'm going to give it some time to cool off, and you can store it in an airtight container that you have, whatever container that you have that you would like to keep it, for later use. Easy peasy. Like I said, if you want to use it for other dishes, knock yourself out. If you want to just carry it in a little Ziploc bag on the go because you want something to snack on, oats are extremely heart healthy. So you have one healthy snack to carry to go. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a few minutes to cool off, and we'll come back and we'll start building our parfaits. Okay, family, I'm back, and I got my oats or my granola nice and toasted. Listen to that. Listen to that. That's that maple syrup all caramelized on those oats. Like some homemade cereal. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started building our parfaits. I have some walnuts that I diced up over here. And in no particular order, we're just gonna start layering this fruit, this granola, and this yogurt for a nice homemade parfait. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started with, let's get started with some of the yogurt. So we'll put some yogurt on the bottom. Like so. Okay. So that was about 2 tablespoons. Try not to break my glass in here. It's about 2 tablespoons. Okay. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more. I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon of that yogurt. Okay. Yep. I'm going to knock my camera over here. Okay. I'm going to try to keep this as nice and clean, as polished as I possibly can. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead in with some of these nice crispy granola oats. Look at that. There's some nice color. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's some nice color. And we'll go in with some blueberries. Okay, so I did some moving around so I could try to get a better angle. I'm gonna go ahead in with some more yogurt. Oh my goodness, that looks so beautiful. Yeah. We'll go in with some more oats. Okay. Just a few. Let's top it off with some nice walnuts for that creamy, nutty flavor. And let's top it with a few blueberries. Nice. Doesn't that look beautiful? And here you go. We got our own homemade blueberry and yogurt parfaits. That's beautiful. That's beautiful for any lunch, any breakfast, any dessert, and on the go. So what I did was I have a jar. Now I have some mason jars, but what I did was I decided to, in case that you don't have any, what I decided to do was I took an old, I don't know what this was. I think this was like tomato sauce or something. But it's an old glass jar. You can use a plastic jar if you'd like. And I took the paper off and I washed it out. And what I'm gonna do is on the go, you can do the very same thing. Or if you're wanting to, I don't know, take it or make it the night before. So you have it already set in the refrigerator. And we'll go ahead and build it in this to-go or this storage jar. How about that? But we're gonna call it our Parfaits to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the yogurt. Okay, and we'll go ahead with the oats. Okay. Okay, so we'll go in with some blueberries. All right, some more yogurt. Okay, so I've started building our to-go parfait. I already have a layer of yogurt, granola, some blueberries, some yogurt. And I'm gonna go in again with some of that granola. I love that. I love that sound. Okay, some more blueberries. Look at that. A little bit more yogurt. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to wipe that off, but you're almost finished. Nice. We'll go in with some, let's do the granola. Little granola. And we'll use a little bit of these walnuts to top it. So we have some walnuts to finish. How about that? Yeah, and we'll center it with a nice blueberry. Okay, so we have our beautiful, I'll get that, to-go parfaits, and we have our at-home parfaits. Thank you so much for watching. Please share my videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next video.